Good afternoon and welcome to the U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, the home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Alongside Joe Danielson, I'm Emery Songer, and in just a moment we'll have the matchup between the number 4 seed Osage Green Devils and the top seed Western Christian Wolfpack in the Class 2A semifinals, right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up!
Game on.
They say our idea of fun is morning tea, and afternoon tea,
And anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action.
And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
If you want to save more.
If you want a butcher who knows more.
If you want fewer aisles and more value.
Less quantity, more quality.
If you want more of this.
And this.
And this.
This is Fairway, and this is how we do more.
Putting our all into meat and grocery.
Putting our all into meat and grocery.
Putting our all and more into meat and grocery.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
At Casey's, we're here for early mornings and Friday nights. Here for the firsts and the traditions, through the good days and the tough times. We're here for the people who are here for each other. Casey's. Here for our town. Here for good.
Now at Casey's, get 2 large single-topping pizzas for just $9.99 each.
Back here at the U.S. Cellular Center, Emery Songer and Joe Danielson getting set for this 1 versus 4 matchup in the semifinals of Class 2A. The Osage Green Devils taking on the Western Christian Wolfpack. Joe, at this point of the season, seeds you can throw out, records you can throw out, but both these teams have been impressive. Osage and Western Christian have very much played a tough schedule, and their losses have all come to quality teams. Let's go ahead and meet those Green Devils.
Yep, and one thing you mentioned is on how they get here. So when a team's played around 40 games, that's when you can kind of tell, all right, they've been on the road schedule. They know they've been around the block. Osage is coming in to the tournament at 36-6. With a 2-1 record versus other 2A state tournament qualifier teams. And they're leading the 2A district in kills at 1,382. And on their way here, they defeated the 2A Region 2 champions Emmitsburg 3-0. And they finished off that regular season. We talked about the tons of games. They finished up number 5 in Class 2A.
Yeah, and right now, when you talk about the team that they're going up against, Western Christian, I mean, we were kind of talking during the break. There always seems to be that one team that just looks like they're machines at this point of the season. Let's go ahead and meet what the Wolfpack have coming up here in this matchup.
Yep, and the Wolfpack as well, 38-5 coming into the tournament, winning 17 games in a row. Undefeated to 2A teams this year. Their losses, a loss to 5A Waukee, 4A Sergeant Bluff Luton, and they were second in Class 1A in kills at 1,234. And they were the Class 2A Region 1 champions, defeating Boyden Hole 3-0 to get here. They are also the number 1 team in 2A coming in.
Yeah, it's been quite the run for Western Christian. Defending Class 2A champions, top ranked. They've gone to 20 state tournament appearances, 19 of them in a row this year. We'll go ahead and step aside one final time. When we come back, we will have starting lineups and the first serves. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Mid-American Energy Championship Network.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Des Moines. The S's are silent. Our city is buzzing. Catch what you've been missing today.
Businesses are hiring DMAC grads.
DMAC's tuned into what the employers in the central Iowa area are looking for. They offer those courses and degrees in those areas that makes it very highly marketable.
A majority of jobs available just require the technical skills, the hands-on skills that you get with a 2-year degree. DMAC is more a model of the future because the students are employable right away.
I think DMAC does a great job of preparing you for life.
DMAC, life's calling.
U.S. Cellular Center, home of the girls' state softball. Let's try that again, Joe. U.S. Cellular Center, home of the state girls volleyball tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. I've only been doing this for 3 straight days. You'd think I'd have that one down by now.
Oh, what's funny is Dar did the same thing on the other court. He opened with softball.
It happens, man. I miss softball. Softball's a good time, but I don't know if you were here, Joe. The Class 3A semifinals both went to 5 sets. It was about as wild of a scene as you can imagine, with both courts louder and louder, kind of crescendoing at the exact same point. Certainly has been a fun few days for us here live on this Mid-American Energy Championship Network. And, of course, as we continue to move forward throughout this game, we will continue to remind you the championships are tomorrow. All 5 classes will be crowning state champions. Got to win today first, however, as the number 1 Western Christian Wolfpack going to be taking in their 39-5 record, taking on 4 seed Osage, the Green Devils, 37-6 coming in. Western Christian clean sweep of Hudson, the 8 seed, 25-19, 25-20, and 25-17 were the scores of that. Osage also a clean sweep, even more dominant, this time over 5 seed Grundy Center, 25-17, 25-14, and 25-16. We'll go ahead. We'll visit down to the floor in just a moment. They're going to actually introduce court 2 first, so we'll wait until they get to our court here on court 1 before we throw it to them. But, Joe, as an underdog like Osage is, they know they're going to be the underdog. You have to play from the front. You cannot rely on having to make a huge comeback to try to keep your season alive.
Yeah, and a big part of that is not giving points away. Not giving points away to any team, but to giving them to a point like a team like Western Christian is really going to come back to hurt you, because eventually that lead will just be up to 10, and at that point, it's going to be really tough to get back in that game.
Yeah, with rally scoring where every point actually rewards a team with a point on the scoreboard, you're asking yourself to play absolutely perfect if you fall behind a team like Western Christian. But we have seen crazier things. Really, really tough teams, high seeds, have found ways to win, matches despite losing a set or two. We've seen Cedar Falls lose sets in both of their matches in Class 5A ranks, and they had only dropped 5 sets all season long coming into this tournament. So certainly is a matter of just trying to play your game and keep yourself locked and loaded. But when you look at the losses for each of these teams, the 5 losses for Western Christian is, we mentioned earlier, 3 losses to Nebraska teams, lost to Sergeant Bluff Luton, who's the 1 seed in Class 4A, and then lost to Waukee, who pushed Cedar Falls in the first round here at this state tournament to 5 sets, and Cedar Falls is the number 1 seed. So those are the only 2 Iowa teams they have lost to, and that's a Class 5A and a Class 4A team that they lost to, and they still got set wins over them. On the other side for Osage, lost to Dyke New Hartford early on in the season. Dyke lost in the regional final before getting here. But Grundy Center, Beckman Catholic, Cedar Falls, couple of losses to Waverly Shell Rock. Those are all teams that also were represented or are still represented here at the state volleyball tournament. Generally, you would like to see a really competitive matchup when you're the underdog. Just hope that your team has a chance at the end. But if you're Western Christian, you just want to get up on top, play your game early, and know that, hey, the goal isn't just winning a point. The goal actually is winning tomorrow night and hoisting up another state championship.
Right, and they can't overlook this step either. And what you said was correct. You know, they're going to want to come out and play their game because they're obviously very confident in their game plan. And if they can execute, then this will be one step. It won't be the final stop because they all have their eyes. Everybody has their eyes on tomorrow. But exactly what you're saying, they have to stay focused and play their own game.
Let's go ahead and drop down to our court here and meet the starting lineups.
It's now time to introduce the players in tonight's semifinal matchup. First, the non-starters and assistant coaches for the Osage Green Devils. Number 7, Lily Schramm. Number 8, Melanie Bai. Number 9, Alyssa Grimm. Number 11, Erica Nostrom. Number 12, Jenna Jones. Number 13, Maddie Adams. Number 14, Addie Grimm. The assistant coaches are Sarah Leitering and Maren Thorson. Now let's meet the starters for the Green Devils. Number 2, Danielle Johnson. Number 3, Ellie Bobinette. Number 4, Paige Hisley. Number 5, Avery Sullivan. Number 6, Meredith Street. Number 10, Claudia Aschenbrenner. The liberos, number 1, Jaden Francis. Head coach for the Green Devils is Brian Tabbert. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for the Western Christian Wolfpack. Number 0, Lydia Van Clay. Number 5, Emily Heinen. Number 6, Anna Collis. Number 8, Courtney Collis. Number 9, Abby Postma. Number 11, Jaden Faber. Number 13, Emma Westfall. Number 14, Stella Winterfeld. The assistant coaches are Mindy Dieger and Kayla Bartman. Now the starters for the Wolfpack. Number 2, Olivia Granstra. Number 3, Tori Wienia. Number 4, Allie Postma. Number 7, Madison Biss. Number 10, McKay Bent Hall. Number 12, Sienna Moss. The liberos, number 1, McKenna Koima. Head coach for the Wolfpack is Tammy Verbeek. The officials for this match are first referee John Becker, second referee Jill Monell. The line judges are Anthony Vandergrift and Ed Oliver. Now let's play volleyball!
All right, let's do it. Your starting lineups, as always, brought to you by Buena Vista University. Located in Storm Lake, Iowa, Buena Vista University prepares students for lifelong success through transformational academic, professional, and co-curricular programs. Schedule your visit today at bvu.edu. Tammy Verbeek, the head coach of Western Christian. Here's some stats for you. Coming into the tournament, 969 wins. She's going to be knocking on 1,000 next year. As mentioned, she has been here plenty of times. This school, 20 tournament appearances, 19 straight for Western Christian. By the way, Verbeek, 48-8 at the state tournament. Yes, that is an accurate number. 48 wins and just 8 losses in those multiple appearances. By the way, she's looking for her 12th state championship as a head coach. Runs in the blood at Western Christian, Joe. I am not overstating it that it takes a monumental effort to beat this team.
If you think about it, she's been making state tournaments longer than her players have even been alive. So she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah. It's crazy. Their streak's actually an adult by now.
Yeah, 19 years. I mean, none of these girls are 19. It's lasted longer than they have been born.
I mean, the fact that I mean, it's crazy to think about. Like, there's not a world that exists for these girls where Western Christian isn't playing in the state tournament. Wild stuff. And when you get matched up like Osage is, or if you're in this Class 2A field, I mean, the best thing that you can say is good luck and try to play perfect. The Green Devils, as you can probably figure, wearing green on the left side of the floor. Western Christian going to be wearing the maroon, trimmed in red, a little bit of gray. It's Class 2A state semifinal. The other one is the 2 and the 6 seed, the 2 seed Beckman Catholic. Beckman Catholic actually holds a win over Osage this year. The 6 seed Clarion Goldfield Dow's is the other team. They upset number 3 seed Wilton in straight sets, dominant fashion as well, in an upset. We're ready to go. It is McKenna Koima. Get things started. Koima delivers it right back to the other libero, Jaden Francis. The first attack into the net from Paige Kisley. You also have to swing aggressively. You cannot be tentative if you are Osage at all. Serve from Koima. Received by Danielle Johnson to the far side. Here's another full swing, and this time a kill for Paige Kisley. So Kisley certainly going to be featured quite a bit. Kisley entering 398 kills, a second on the team behind Danielle Johnson, who has 439 coming into the tourney. Set, near side, the run-up. Allie Postma dug out of there, poked to the back line. This set, going to try again on this near side, and it goes down. McKay Vantol. The 6'1 senior McKay Vantol, all-tournament team member last year. It'll be Wienia to deliver an ace. Tori Wienia, the senior. And that's our first ace of the match, and with every ace in this year's tournament, Adrenaline Fundraising will donate $5 to the IGHSAU to support future state volleyball events. If your group is interested in learning how to grow your fundraising, give Adrenaline Fundraising a call. And then Wienia puts it into an error.
So something we talked about there is giving points away for both teams. It's something that's really been a big factor in all of these tournament games, really.
Vantol tries to punch it over. It'll be set for on the backside. Cross court, McKay Vantol. 4-2 early going for Western Christian. And we also talked about you got to play from the front if you're the underdog. Into the game, Emma Westfall going to come in for Western Christian. All subs brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Another service error, this time from Postma and Osage. Another interesting fact here from Osage, they have 6 seniors on the roster. None of them start. They will come in and out of the game at various points, in all likelihood, several of them anyway. But all of the players you see here will be returners next year, as there's going to be a double hit and a violation, which will give another point to Western Christian.
Yeah, they've got a bright future there in Osage, too, because that says a lot about team chemistry to have that many seniors and then to not have the underclassmen playing.
Absolutely. Not one senior in that starting lineup. Just a free ball over. Set here to this near side. Vantol. Far side. Johnson looking for her first of the match. Not this time. Push to the back. A set from Bobinette. Oh, that's a huge jig on the back end there by Wienia. But it will land out of bounds. It's good effort from Wienia there on the dig, but just unable to handle the pass was Western Christian, as Vantol will come back into the game.
That one just hung up in the air right over the net for a little while.
A jog up. Street on the serve for the Green Devils. Back set. That one was Sienna Moss. Here on this near side is Westfall, cross court. Bobinette sets it up for Claudia Aschenbrenner, and the freshman gets her first of the match. Both Aschenbrenner and the libero, Jaden Francis, are freshmen. Sullivan, number 5, and Meredith Street, number 6. They're both sophomores. So a big chunk of this starting lineup for Osage, underclassmen. Bobinette, far side for Johnson. Hits the tape and in. Osage, 6-5 lead here on Western Christian in the early going. Street again. Pops this one over. Dug out by Ali Postma. Near side Westfall. Off the tip. Running over Bobinette. Back row Street. Oh, look at that attempt by Street from the back row. How about this start for Osage? Exactly what they needed, Joe.
Yeah, and a 3-0 run. They responded after the Wolfpack tied that up, and now here they are.
Meredith Street, deep serve, handled by Koima. Pushed over by Westfall. Johnson, this close to the net, dumped over, and hitting the back line. Nice job there by Tori Wienia. Actually, I believe that was Olivia Granstra, actually, who's going to get credit for that. Either way, doesn't matter. Point's a point, and it's 7-6 Osage the lead. Western Christian on serve. Run up, left hand from Granstra. Right up close, a joust at the net. Kept alive, and Westfall bumps it over. Bobinette, back set, Aschenbrenner. So the Green Devils, going to be a lot of mixing it up. You want Aschenbrenner to touch it. Sullivan, Street, Johnson, they all need looks. Got to keep Western Christian on their heels, and an ace. An ace for Danielle Johnson. She came in with 36 on the year, and that's another $5 from Adrenaline Fundraising to the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Johnson jogs up. This one is received by Postma. They'll set her up off the tip. That's actually Wienia. Tori Wienia. One of the leading attackers with 226 kills coming in on the season. Substitution in the game, Madison Viss. She will set it into play. And it hits the line for an ace on her own. $5 more from Adrenaline Fundraising to the IGHSAU. Back and forth we go.
And just snuck that one right in before the back line.
The set. Oh, Aschenbrenner able to work off the block. Sienna Moss and Ali Postma were both there, just could not keep it on the Green Devil side of the net. And the third kill in the early going for the freshman, Claudia Aschenbrenner. Jaden Francis. The libero, just a freshman as well. Not a great reception to serve. Good effort by Granstra keeping this in play. Here's a set, a little dump over by Sullivan to no avail. Far side Wienia off the block. It's a kill for Tori Wienia. Her second of the match.
That didn't go their way, but early on here, Osage is really playing well at the net.
Good blocking. Excellent work on those jousts, making sure that they keep Western Christian scrambling. And there's another kill. This one, Paige Kisley. Second on the team behind Johnson in kills. That's her second of the match. Osage still an 11-9 lead. It's newsworthy when Western Christian even is threatened to lose a set. Long way to go here, but a good start for the Green Devils. Postma through the block. Sullivan and Street had set up for the block, but the two sophomores could do nothing to stop the Ali Postma swing and point. That's just her first, but we'll be calling her name a lot. Wienia on serve. Bobinette, near side. Oh, my. Paige Kisley, welcome to the U.S. Cellular Center.
A lot of heat on that one, and it came out of there fast, too.
Look out, Tori Wienia. And unfortunately, Kisley can't keep that momentum up as she puts the serve into the net. Sub, Westfall comes back into the match. Postmo will serve. Substitutions all brought to you by IMT Insurance. You can learn how to be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Osage, the 12-10 lead. They receive the serve with Francis. Back set. And this off the block, kept alive into the net, but not for long. A good full swing by Caber Sullivan. Sullivan, immediately after the kill, will go to the back, and she will serve. Her team leading by 2. And long. Osage is giving them a couple of freebies here on service errors.
Yep, nothing they can't shore up, though. They haven't really had any, they've been real clean at the net and real clean right in the middle, fielding those serves.
And something that you'd like, if you're Western Christian, try to figure out the net play of the Green Devils, but they're playing with confidence as Johnson to the back row, dug out of there by Abby Postma. Dumped back across. Back set. Cross court is Street. Easy field there. Near side, Westfall. Tipped on the block. That bump sets it up in the middle. Poked over by Aschenbrenner. Here to the near side, Westfall. Try again. Cross court. Francis is there. Bobbinet for Johnson. The block. What a block on the far side. And the Wolfpack have tied the match. Credit Sienna Moss. Now we're knotted at 13, and the Abby Postma serve on the way. Bobinet's going to look to that far side, and Johnson again through the block, but fielded at the net. Francis keeps it alive, and then it'll be pushed across. Granstra, near side. Westfall can't get it over the net. Wasn't Granstra's best set there. Really made Westfall have to stretch to try to get a piece of that one.
Yeah, really went off the edge of her fingertips on that.
Meredith Street, the sophomore, will serve it up for Osage. Taken by Koima. Bump pass. Granstra just will pass it over. Blocked by Aschenbrenner for the moment. Now they'll set for Aschenbrenner in the middle. Blocked, and that'll be a point for Western Christian. Now we're seeing the blocks start to come from Western Christian as they start to position themselves against the Osage attack. Nice even set here, 14 apiece. Neither side has gotten out to more than a 2-point lead. Set, pushed over, kept alive, but not for long. A little bit of miscommunication. You can hear a whistle on the other court. Kind of confused me. I'm not sure if it confused the players on this court, but Koima could not get a pass into the field of play, and it will go as the second kill for Danielle Johnson. Johnson is back to serve. Dug out. Wienia with the left hand. Francis, a good dig. Far side. And just long. That was so close to hitting the line from Paige Kisley, but it was just long. Madison Biss back into the match for Western Christian. In to serve. 15 apiece. Pushing it over is Bobbinet. Wienia going to send it over this direction. Bobbinet, far side. Oh, off the chest and back over the net. Try her again for Kisley, and it's blocked. She was rejected by a dig that hit the chest of a back row player. I think it was Madison Viss, and then shot back over the net, and then she was actually blocked that time up front. Sienna Moss has been everywhere. The serve. Johnson digs it out. This is going to be tough for Kisley on that angle. Did it well. Postma, Granstra, Wienia. Aschenbrenner able to keep it alive for Osage. Kisley again. Viss on the back end. Granstra will set it this side for Postma. Cross court. Francis is there. The set to the far side once again. Kisley rejected again. Good one-hand keep up by Aschenbrenner. Oh, look at the diving stop on the back end by Granstra. And then the kill by Allie Postma. Everything there was fun to watch. Both teams playing strong. Timeout Osage. Wolfpack lead by 2, 17-15. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Mid-American Energy Championship Network. First set continues here. Emery Songer alongside Joe Danielson. Our entire crew here. One more match after this will be the Class 1A semifinals on both courts 1 and 2. It's been a fun day so far. A lot of thrilling finishes, including 2 5-set semifinals in Class 3A that just wrapped up before we took the floor here in Class 2A. Western Christian and Osage here on court 1. Beckman Catholic and Cleary and Goldfield Dows on court number 2. Western Christian is 17-15 lead. They serve it. Madison Viss is back, and she will deliver it now that we are ready to play out of the timeout. Viss will put it in play. A little bit of miscommunication. Eventually, Johnson out of the back row will play it over. Bump set. From Wienia, near side, Postma. Bobinette finding Kisley, again rejected. None shall pass, says Sierra Moss. And Sierra Moss has been absolutely fantastic at the net the last 10 points or so. For Viss. Bobinette sets it for Ashenbrenner. Here on the near side, Moss going to try to get a point this way. That'll be a setup. Kisley just long again. It's so close. It's the second time she just missed hitting the tape. And Kisley, I mean, in her brain right now, Joe, she's got to be thinking, what do I have to do to get a kill here?
Yep, and this is a big moment for Osage here. You want to stick around.
Bobinette comes this side. Ashenbrenner. Look at that keep up by Granstra. Wienia out of the middle. Little hook shot. 6 straight points to this point for Western Christian, and that has opened up a 5-point lead here in this set, the largest for either side. This continues a strong serve. Johnson, Bobinette, Ashenbrenner, and that breaks up the run. 4 kills in the match for Claudia Ashenbrenner. Jaden Francis skips up, puts it in play. The dig by Granstra, or Viss rather. Postma tries the teardrop. Bobinette for the back row. It is Johnson. Osage says we're not going away yet.
Yep, Johnson's not. She is keeping a minute so far.
Not shy from that back row either. Francis over. That'll be an ace. Jaden Francis, the libero, had 13 all season, has one in a big moment here, makes it 20-18, timeout, Western Christian. We'll step aside. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Mid-American Energy Championship Network.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
All right, libero Jaden Francis for Osage, fresh off an ace, which means $5 from Adrenaline Fundraising to the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Has made it a 2-point match. Osage led by as many as 2, but trailed by as many as 5. They're looking to continue this run out of the timeout. This, Koima high in the air. Postma just has to free pass it over. Far side, Kisley again blocked, kept alive. Kisley will play it over again. This one sank in front of Koima and then just passed along. Out of the middle this time into the corner. That time it was Cabry Sullivan. Second time for Cabry Sullivan. As they keep spreading it out, do Osage. Down by just 1. This fields the serve. Back set, Wienia through the block. Tori Wienia had a huge game in their quarterfinal matchup against Hudson yesterday. Whenever she's on that front line, that big left arm, you feel like she's a go-to player for Western Christian. Line drive, this is going to be a tough reception, but crossing the net to make the play. That time was Ellie Bobinette, couldn't do much with it, and that'll be as close to a true ace as you're going to see without it actually hitting the ground. 22-19, good answer here from Makita Koima after her counterpart. Jaden Francis had a couple of good points. Granstra sets up Postma from the 10-foot line. Blocked, back to the other side, just long. That time from Sullivan. That 6-footer just caught it behind her a little bit, and the trajectory was just high. Timeout Osage. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Mid-American Energy Championship Network.
Iowa Public Television is the home of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Championships. We bring you live, uninterrupted coverage of the state championships in volleyball, basketball, soccer, and softball. Plus special features highlighting the Iowa girl. Catch it all on statewide Iowa Public Television, on air or at iptv.org.
23-19, Western Christian answered the big Osage run, which made it a 1-point game, and they have 3 straight points, 2 away from winning the first set. Emery Songer along with Joe Danielson. Joe, Osage has hung around really nicely here, but just could never get over the hump.
Yep, and those long serves over the line and out of bounds have really been killing them. I think a handful, either 4 or 5, have gone long out of bounds on them.
Yeah, certainly can't be giving away points to a top team like Western Christian. Bump set here from Bobinette. Kisley going to just get it over. Oh, a little joust at the net. 1 immediately, and then twice. It was 2 times Wienia tried to jump up there with Cabry Sullivan. Wienia stands 5'10", Sullivan 6 foot even. They were close both times, but the extra 2 inches, I think, helped Sullivan push that second one down. Bobinette back to serve. The setter for the Green Devils. Grandstrud to this near side, finds Postma off the top of the block. Well fielded. Far side, they're going to try Kisley again. It's been a tough set for her. Off the dig, tipped, kept alive, back to the side of the Wolfpack. Far side, Kisley again, dug out by Koima. Bump set, out of the middle. Oh, that's a good effort. Then dunked over, long run, unable to get to it. A good scramble point from both sides. Van Tol did a great job up front. Just, Wienia didn't really have much room to do anything, just kind of threw it in the middle, and Van Tol made it very difficult for the Green Devils to handle. Set point, 4 of them. Wienia to serve for Western Christian. Francis, Bobinette, blocked, Kisley. She's going to want to forget this first set because they have obviously said, look, Paige Kisley can beat us. We're not going to let her beat us, the most efficient attacker for Osage all season long, and she was blocked several times toward the end of the set. And the Wolfpack get a 25-20 first set victory. We'll take a break and come back with a second set. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Mid-American Energy Championship Network.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Crowded lecture halls? Not anymore. Southwestern Community College is a different place. It's where we break from traditional college to do what's best for your career. It's about teaching the way you learn, having fun along the way, and giving you the experience you need for what comes next. A job and an income in as little as 1 year. That's why you go to college in the first place. Southwestern Community College. Your career starts here. Check out SWC's career-related programs at swciowa.edu/yourcareer.
At Waldorf University, we are warriors. On campus and online. In the classroom and on the field. Our work today will power tomorrow, continuing a rich tradition started in 1903. And once you're one of us, you forever are. Waldorf University, we are warriors.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up!
Game on.
They say our idea of fun is morning tea.
And afternoon tea.
And anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action.
And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
Back here at the U.S. Cellular Center State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. Before we start that, though, leaders start at Central College, and scholar athletes succeed on the court and in the classroom. In the past year, 112 Central College student athletes received academic all-conference recognition. Learn how to be more than a spectator by visiting central.edu. Western Christian 25-20 wins the first set. My name's Emery Songer. I'm joined by Joe Danielson. And Joe, Osage did almost everything correct to keep themselves in it, but eventually some of those errors that were created earlier in the set kind of came back to haunt them.
Yeah, it got a little dicey when they were down 20-15. That was a big moment, and they were able to respond well and come back. But just, yeah, a couple errors, like you said, and then that adds 2 to 3 points on to the Wolfpack's total.
We're back to action here. Osage serving it up. Allie Postma able to get herself her first kill of this second set. Now, Osage did have a couple of 2-point leads in the middle of that set, but a big 6-point run by Western Christian gave them that 20-15 lead that Joe referenced, as that is going to be just long, and it will be an error by Koima back to Osage. But as Joe mentioned as well, they did respond with 4 straight points, making it 20-19, but you don't want to put yourself in a spot you have to come back against a Western Christian team that has been ranked number 1 all season long in the division, or the defending champions here in Class 2A, as that paints the line, the left hand of Tori Wienia. Now Wienia back, she will serve it up. Popped into the air. Ellie Bobinette finds Johnson up on the front row. Granstra tries McKay Van Tol, not this time. Back set, try to get Kisley going. Pardon, not Kisley. That is Meredith Street. You don't see too many substitutions from Osage. Ashton Brenner, who's on the bench right now, she will check in and out to play up front. But Osage really sticks with this young group, as that's going to be an ace for Wienia. The aces in this year's tournament mean that Adrenaline Fundraising will donate $5 to the IGHSAU to support future state volleyball events. If your group is interested in learning how to grow your fundraising, give Adrenaline Fundraising a call. Set this near side. Johnson tries to dump it down. Thought she saw space, but it ends up going wide, and very quickly the Wolfpack a 5-1 lead. Timeout, Osage. I like this timeout for head coach Brian Tabbert. Just got to settle in his girls. They cannot fall too far behind here in the second set. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Mid-American Energy Championship Network.
If you want to save more,
If you want a butcher who knows more,
If you want fewer aisles and more value,
less quantity, more quality,
if you want more of this,
and this.
and this.
This is Fairway, and this is how we do more.
putting our all into meat and grocery.
Putting our all into meat and grocery.
Putting our all and more into meat and grocery.
Osage trying to stop the bleeding here, down 5-1 in the second set. They already trail 1-0. Western Christian a heavy favorite to repeat as state champions in Class 2A. Osage trying to stand in their way. Tori Wienia back to serve, fresh off of an ace. Set on the backside. Good effort from Cabry. Sullivan. Johnson hits the line. Danielle Johnson, the junior, came in as the leading attacker, 439 kills, a kill efficiency over 400 to this state tournament. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered there for the Green Devils, as Cabry Sullivan now goes back to serve. Koima, Granstra, far side, fielded cleanly. Here in the middle, Aschenbrenner, who's back in, finds Granstra. Far side, Postma hits the top of the net. Point, Osage. Cut this 4-point lead in half. Joe trying to hang around here again.
And I think that's what that, you mentioned it, that timeout was really just to calm everybody down.
There's an ace. Cabry Sullivan. Every ace, $5 more from Adrenaline Fundraising to the IGHSAU. Sullivan trying to repeat. This one is taken by Wienia. This set to the front. Just dumped over. Near side for Johnson. Full swing. Koima can't field it in a place, or her teammates can get it, and 4 straight out of the timeout for Osage, and we're knotted at 5. It's a big moment right there to answer the way that they have. I know it's early in this second set, but you cannot fall behind this team. We saw it late in the first set. Fell 5 points behind, just couldn't make up the ground. Unfortunately here, Sullivan is wide on the serve.
That's what they've seen. They've answered and they've gotten back to even, but they need to take the next step to take the lead, from going from even up into the lead.
Trying to get over that proverbial hump. Far side. There's Kisley. Pardon. That is Meredith Street. And she'll go back to serve. My mistake. Paige Kisley had been taking so many swings in that first set. I've just gotten used to saying her name over and over again. Street on the serve. Oh, it's going to be an ace. Postma can't keep it in the air. And they do break through and take a 7-6 lead here with another ace. $5 more from Adrenaline Fundraising for future state volleyball events to the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. It's going to be a big number by the time this tournament's over. Granstra, back set. On the run, McKay Van Tol. And miscommunication, nobody went after that. And Van Tol will get one of the softer kills she'll ever have.
And that $5 is a great investment because it goes right back here.
This is a good event. You know, Cedar Rapids doesn't have any other state championships typically, and when you have 4 student sections going wild at the same time like we have right now, but especially in those Class 3A semis late, as both matches were in the 5th set, it was wild to be here. Moss hits it into the block. Osage says, we didn't touch it. John Becker is on the stand, and he is kind of talking over to the bench of Osage. It was tough for us to tell up here. It did look like it obviously hit some tape, but if it even touches anybody in green, that is technically a block out of bounds. Either way, it is point Western Christian, and then Johnson hits this wide. So the Wolfpack answer by being down 1 with a 3-point run of their own. They just will not stop coming at you, and you have to be on your A game. Abby Postma, a good serve here. Here's Johnson getting set up, blocked. Who else but Sienna Moss, along with Olivia Granstra up at the net. Man, Moss has made a huge impact in this match. She only has 1 kill, but she has blocked countless. We don't have the stats right in front of us, but she has factored so much, as that's going to be an ace. Biting down, Abby Postma with $5 more. And it's back up to that 4-point margin that the Wolfpack had earlier in the set.
Boy, so we're sitting at 6 total aces between both of these teams so far.
Dug out of the back row by Street. Here's Ashenbrenner trying cross court, a little bit wide. Slip it away from Osage here, and they'll call another timeout. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Mid-American Energy Championship Network.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
12-7, 5-point advantage for the Wolfpack. This is as big a lead they had in the first set. It's eventually the margin they would win the first set by. On the other side for Osage, able to get within 1 late in the first set, couldn't get over the hump. Here they are. What answers are going to be? They've already burned both of their timeouts, Joe. Now you basically have to play perfect volleyball if you're going to chip into a 5-point deficit against the number 1 team in the state.
Yeah, and you said it. It's like just a leak. The points start leaking, and then all of a sudden it's just an overflow of scoring.
In the middle, that's a good start. Claudia Ashenbrenner adds her 5th kill of the match. That's tied for the team high. Now it's Danielle Johnson, who also has 5 kills in the match. Going to do everything they can. Try to keep it on her serve for a few more points. But it's long. Wolfpack still with that 5-point lead. It'll be Granstra, the setter, back to serve. Left hand, put in play. It's going to be a set. Ashenbrenner makes no mistake. The freshman again. Subbing back into the match up front, Cabry Sullivan. And now Jaden Francis, the freshman libero, will deliver it. The set, out of the back row, Wienia has it blocked at the net. Osage thought that it came back off the tape. Here on the near side, Kisley goes cross court. Here's Wienia, a little poke, nobody's there. Sometimes you got to know when to go to the fastball, and sometimes you got to go with the big change.
And that was almost a little bit of a no look also, that little secret area right between the pink and the black on the court there.
Just kind of deked the rest of the defense, not really knowing where she was going to drop it. As Madison Viss checks back in, that's an IMT insurance substitution. As that kill by Kisley, good for her. They kept trying. And Kisley now, she's up to 5 kills in the match. You got to keep going to the players that brought you here. Speaking of Paige Kisley, Danielle Johnson, Claudia Aschenbrenner, even if things aren't going super well, getting your attacks blocked, got to keep going to them and trust that they'll figure it out. Johnson digs that out from the back. Here's Kisley again, trying for back-to-back, and she does. All back-to-back kills for Kisley. You can see that she has totally put that first set behind her. 14-11, still down 3 are the Green Devils. Granstra back set. Big left-hand swing by Wienia, blocked at the net. Kisley and Cabri Sullivan team up. And now Osage back within 2. The run-up put in play by Bobinette. Postma goes cross-court, kept alive. Bobinette now just bumped over. Here's Wienia again, blocked this one into the net though, and it'll be Wienia's 7th kill of the match. That's a game high. Just like I talk about with Osage, you got to keep doing the same thing if you're Western Christian too. Van Tol, Wienia, Postma, feed them. That one tipped out on the ace. And every ace, $5 more from Adrenaline Fundraising to the IGHSAU, supporting future state volleyball events. And if your group is interested in learning how to grow your fundraising, give Adrenaline Fundraising a call. Johnson, Bobinette, far side. How about it from Paige Kisley? She continues to say, I am in this match and I am going to get my kills no matter how many of you are going to try to block me.
Yep, and they're throwing everybody at her for sure.
Here's Granstra. Van Tol able to get enough past the block of Sullivan. Now see, Western Christian at this juncture can afford to trade some points here, leading by 4 for Osage. They still need a couple of those little runs. Wienia to serve. Received by Kisley. Bobinette kept it playable, but it just wasn't in a good spot for Sullivan. Again, kind of had to reach back for it. Every time you have to reach back instead of hitting it while your arm's on the way down, the trajectory is all messed up. You're really going to have to take an awful lot of your velocity off if you're going to keep those in. Bobinette will set to the middle this time. Coming out of nowhere and putting it home is Meredith Street. She's listed at 5'6", but man, she was skyward when she made contact with that ball.
Airborne.
Cabri Sullivan on the serve. 18-14. Her team trails, and she aces it. Wienia can't handle it. Sullivan. That's her 2nd ace. $5 more to the IGHSAU for future volleyball events from Adrenaline Fundraising. Sullivan hits the tape. Oh, what a great dive, keeping it alive by Granstra. Just a free ball over. Bobinette kept it alive. Good dig on the back end. How about that from Koima? Passed across. Set up. Far side. Oh, what a play. Point for Western Christian. And give that Kruger Seeds dig of the match to McKenna Koima. Diving to keep that play alive on a huge attack from Osage. That dig of the match brought to you by Kruger Seeds. The next time you're in need of corn or soybean seed, give your local Kruger Seeds dealer a call. Kruger Seeds, first-class seed, first-name service. Far side, Street pokes it over. 5 kills for Street. Very balanced. 7 kills in the match for Kisley. Yeah, 5 for each Johnson, Street, and Aschenbrenner. Osage has to keep it up, but they have to string points together now. Van Tol on the run. There's 4 for McKay Van Tol.
Once they hit that 20 mark is when it really starts getting dangerous for Osage.
And they've really been trading points since it was 12-8. It's been a long time. We've been going back and forth here. Abby Postma serves. Bobinette sets it up. Another teardrop. Good dive, keeping it alive. That was Westfall who did so. Johnson takes a swing but mishits this. That set came from all the way in the back corner from Kisley. She did the best she could. She's typically an attacker. That's a tough angle for your attacker up front like Johnson to try to get that as she's moving toward the net. The ball's coming with her. 21-16, this is the largest lead in the set. And Ashton Brenner answers with a big strike and her 6th kill. Johnson is back. She will deliver this one. Popped up by Granstra. Far side Westfall. Hits the tape, but the bump goes straight over from Francis. Out of the back row, trying to find space. Good dive for the moment, but unable to keep it up is Street. Good, smart play by Tori Wienia, knowing that she didn't need to hit it super hard to find that space in between the front and back row.
She kind of got caught off guard a little bit, footwork out of place, and just tapped it over.
22-17, 3 points away from a 2-0 lead. Cross court, and unable to handle that one was Allie Postma. Kisley. That's 8 kills now for Kisley. Good response from her after a really tough first set. Francis. Granstra back set. Big left hand from Wienia. Good dig by Johnson on the back row. Approaching is Kisley. Koima's there. Back set again for Wienia. Cross court. Got a lot of Street, but she kept it alive. The bump back over from Bobinette. In the middle, that was Moss. Blocked at the net by Cabry Sullivan. And Osage, I think, maybe their best team point of the match. That was must-have. Street had to eat one, but kept it alive somehow, and they were able to win the point. Granstra, again for Wienia. This time it works. Substitution into the match is Madison Viss. She will serve for Western Christian. Replacing Westfall. Well, of course, all subs made by IMT Insurance. You can be worry-free with IMT. Learn how at imtins.com. Bobinette to the middle. Kill for Sullivan. Again, we continue to trade points for the most part here, Joe, but the Wolfpack had a 4-point lead at the time.
Yeah, it's a small moment that you just can't leave that door open for the Wolfpack if you're Osage.
The 23-20 score. Granstra somehow stays out of the net. Rejected by Sullivan. Sienna Moss went for a kill, but as much as Sienna Moss has messed with the Osage attack, it's about time Osage got a little bit back at her, and a timeout going to be called by Western Christian as Osage continues to come at them. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Mid-American Energy Championship Network.
At Casey's, we're here for early mornings and Friday nights. Here for the firsts and the traditions, through the good days and the tough times. We're here for the people who are here for each other. Casey's. Here for our town. Here for good. Now at Casey's, get 2 large single-topping pizzas for just $9.99 each.
We got the IOWA chant going on in the four corners of the arena as both sides were in a timeout. Now as action resumes, it will be Osage to serve. Trailing by just 2, but got to be impeccable still. The Wolfpack just 2 points away from getting the second set. Far side, Postma out of the timeout, gets a kill. Been a while since we talked about Allie Postma, but she comes through with her 5th kill of the match and 3 set points now on the serve of McKenna Koima. Koima steps into it. Dug out by Francis. Bobinette. Near side, or far side rather, and there again is Paige Kisley. Everything that was going wrong for Kisley in the first set has been going right in the second set, and I'm sure she feels great about that as she goes back to serve.
Sometimes she just needs a little time to ease in, know her surroundings.
Good serve as well. Wow, Granstra keeps it in the air. Bobinette in the middle, put down by Cabry Sullivan. It's a 1-point match. Timeout, Western Christian. We got a good one brewing here in the second set. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Mid-American Energy Championship Network.
Des Moines. The S's are silent. Our city is buzzing. Catch what you've been missing today.
We're back. Osage with Paige Kisley to serve. Osage 1 point down, but it is still set point for Western Christian. The serve received last moment there by Koima. Postma is blocked at the net, still alive. Wienia just tips it over. Bobinette in the middle for Sullivan, blocked! Big time block and a huge moment for Western Christian. McKay Van Tol, known for her attacking, comes through with a huge block out of the middle. That gives Western Christian a 2-0 lead in this state semifinal in Class 2A. We'll take a break and come back with the third set. Osage will look to keep their season alive when we return. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Mid-American Energy Championship Network.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right, you decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Businesses are hiring DMAC grads.
DMAC's tuned into what the employers in the central Iowa area are looking for. They offer those courses and degrees in those areas that makes it very highly marketable.
A majority of jobs available just require the technical skills, the hands-on skills that you get with a 2-year degree. DMAC is more a model of the future because the students are employable right away.
I think DMAC does a great job of preparing you for life.
DMAC, life's calling.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
2-0 lead for the number 1 seed Western Christian Wolfpack. Osage currently looking to try to keep their season alive. I'm Emery Songer alongside Joe Danielson. We got a good couple of sets here, but the top seed has found ways to win both of them. Paige Kisley had a great second set. She attacks but is dug out here and puts it right back where it came from. McKay Van Tol drops it over the net. Osage sets. Sullivan looking for a little bit of space. Granstra to the back row. No. Here's the bump for Kisley on the far side through the block. Paige Kisley continues her hot play, and the junior now up to 10 kills in the match, the first player on either side in double figures.
You can see when she goes up for it, she's really just giving it all she's got out here.
Yeah, and her timing has improved as the match has gone on. Granstra tips it over to Postma, and that's high in the air after the dig by Francis. The other way is Koima. Set it up out of the middle, and McKay Van Tol. Just her 5th kill, but she had a huge block to secure the second set when it was 24-23. If they would have lost that point, would have ended up being 24-all, and anybody's set to win at that moment in time. But Van Tol said, not today. Got the block, and here we are, 2-0 in favor of Western Christian. Long run, somehow keeping it alive. What effort! Unbelievable play on that far side by Wienia. And that was actually Granstra, but it doesn't matter. But Cabry Sullivan doesn't even allow that second time around. 6th kill for her. Kisley on the serve. Osage's got to play from the front. Miscommunication, a serve. Kisley's ace means another $5 from Adrenaline Fundraising. Donated to the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union to support future state volleyball events. If your group's interested in learning how to grow your fundraising, Give Adrenaline Fundraising a call. Postma blocked. She gets it back. She'll set it to the far side, but it's an illegal set. A lot of times when you have somebody who's not used to setting over their head like that, you'll get that double hit. That double contact means immediate point to the opposition. And Osage a 3-point advantage. Kisley on serve. This, Granstra, Van Tull. Back in. Bobinette able to do something with it. And just bumping it over is Kisley. Granstra, where's she going this time? Van Tull again. This one dug back over the net by Francis. Near side will try Postma. And she's got it this time. Van Tull was denied twice. Good defensive plays on the back row by the Green Devils. Emma Westfall comes back. Substitutions in today's match brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Bobinette, far side, big swing, tipped and down. Danielle Johnson back on the scoreboard. It's been a while since we've called her name, but that's her 6th. She is the 3rd Green Devil to have 6 right now, and a 4th Green Devil has 10, and that's Paige Kisley. The set, Van Tull, just a little poke. Good court awareness, high IQ. Van Tull, never a doubt.
You talked about Johnson too. She's one of the, well, 3 juniors, but she's one of the leaders on this team. Obviously, you can see she doesn't have to score to keep this team in it.
Abby Postma into the match. Far side, there's Johnson right on cue. Postma digs it out. It's a back set. Huge swing from Meredith Street. Gets the kill. That was with some emphasis. 3-point lead for Osage. You figure they have to keep playing from the front. They have failed to complete comebacks in each of the last 2 sets. Back set. It's a good read right there on the far side by Moss. Just the 2nd time Moss has registered a kill, but the blocks have been such a big part of why the Wolfpack have the lead. Left-handed serve for Wienia. Oh, look at Johnson skying into the air, and right on cue is Sienna Moss with another block.
And they were there before that ball was even hit. So they knew it was coming, and there was not really anything they were going to be able to do to get that over the net.
That's why, as I said, you got to keep mixing it up. You don't want those blockers to be standing in a spot they think it's coming. From the back row is Street. A little bit too much height on that one. And the Wolfpack have knotted it up at 6 apiece. Granstra on serve. Bobinette, that's going to go over the net. Bouncing back and forth and dropped in. Moss again will get credit there. That one not as difficult a play as Moss has had to make on those blocks, but certainly will take credit for the kill either way, and the Wolfpack now have a 7-6 lead. Granstra, beautiful serve, an ace. Adrenaline Fundraising donating $5 more to the IGHSAU, and a timeout will be called by the Green Devils. Coach Brian Tabor wants to talk to his team. We'll take a break with him. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau at the Mid-American Energy Championship Network. Osage had a 4-point lead at one point. Wolfpack are currently on a 5-point run here after being down in what was a 6-3 deficit. And their setter, Olivia Granstra, puts it back in play out of the timeout. In the middle, Ashenbrenner, been quiet of late, and nobody wanted to get that one for Western Christian. Osage will take it, though. They've had a lot of breaks go against them in this match. Finally, one goes in their favor.
And they've gotten them a couple times so far in this third set. Wolfpack miscommunication.
Grandshaw going to set to that far side. Wienia with the left hand.
So they don't need any communication there on that one.
No, sir.
That has been there all year long.
When Wienia is flying up on that right side with that left hand, you see her athleticism. She just hangs in the air, pulls that arm back, and then with everything she's got, the hips, the shoulders, everything's turning all at the same time. It's tough to stop. On the other hand, when you got Paige Kisley, she can do the same thing when she's coming from the left side, and she's just using the right hand instead. Good battle between those two. Kisley leads the game with 11 kills. Wienia has 10. Francis runs up, puts it in play. Madison Viss plays it. Wienia for the answer. This one's blocked. And then she just dunks it over. That awareness as well. Wienia just saw the blockers were kind of out to the outside of the floor after her big swing attempt, and then just found the space behind them. Teams trade points. Kisley. Oh, my.
Trading punches back and forth here in this third set.
It is Wienia versus Paige Kisley. Bobinette on the serve. This is set in the middle. Van Tol wants into the act. She gets it through the block between Sullivan and Street. Out of the timeout that Osage had called, it was 8-6, and we have traded points literally every time one of these teams you think might get something going. The other team steps in and says, not right now. Johnson, a little bit short on that, but it still goes over. Bump, keeps it alive, played over. Bobinette, tipped and in. Cabry Sullivan, the sophomore, 6 feet tall, did a great job of just guiding that ball to the far side. We continue to trade points. Kisley back to serve. Here's Van Tol running around the outside. Blocked. Bobinette, far side, Johnson. Tries the back corner. Good dive by Koima. Near side, left hand poke by Postma. Still alive. Johnson, off the tape. Still in. The flat hand kept it in play. Johnson, with force, blocked back at her. How about that from the Wolfpack? Granstra, Van Tol, diving, somehow keeping that in play. It looked like it was going to drop, but she got the flat hand down and eventually won the point on a block. Postma. Bobinette to the middle, Street. Off the tape, it was Doug on the back row. Postma from the back into the net. We still are trading points. Who will blink? Back to serve, Cabry Sullivan. Little side spin on that serve, tough to handle, still got it. Van Tol to the back row. Kisley was there. Aschenbrenner off the block. Postma keeps it in play. Right here on this side, it's Emma Westfall. 5 points here, 5 points there, and we've gone every other since that Osage timeout. Abby Postma checks in. She will serve. The substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Off the tape. Kept alive. Big swing. Street has a block. Kisley, high bump. Johnson just bumps it over. Granstra, where's she going to go? Into the middle. Full swing. Moss had it blocked. Granstra now. Teardrop into the net. Kept alive by Street. Johnson over the net. Jousts. Won by Western Christian. No, it's still up. Oh! The kick was legal. It was still in play.
That's a smart play there, too, just to get the foot even out there.
Granstra will be credited with the kill on a big point, and that finally breaks that every other chain. And then Sienna Moss again blocks it out of the middle on Aschenbrenner. And now it's up to a 4-point advantage for the Wolfpack. 10 points away from moving into the state title game yet again. This delivery, this is going to be close to the net. A joust at the net, won by Western Christian, and eventually they'll win the point. And Osage has had it slipping. Timeout going to be called. 4 straight for Western Christian, and they are in good shape here in the third. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Mid-American Energy Championship Network.
Iowa Public Television is the home of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Championships. We bring you live, uninterrupted coverage of the state championships in volleyball, basketball, soccer, and softball. Plus special features highlighting the Iowa girl. Catch it all on statewide Iowa Public Television, on air or at iptv.org.
16-11. Wolfpack the lead. They have a 2-set-to-none lead as well. Keeping an eye on what's going on over on court number 2. Dyersville Beckman leading Clarion Goldfield Dows. 2-0 as well, as that is reaching a conclusion potentially. Here's a set from Granstra to the near side. That was Westfall. Had it blocked. Johnson to the back row. Postma's there. Here's Moss out of the middle. Both teams back and forth. Good defense, but eventually it's Danielle Johnson, and a much needed point there for Osage. McKay Van Tol will enter and then exit for the libero Koima. Of course, all substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Granstra back set coming across. Sienna Moss. And once again, Joe, as we talked about in that second set, there's an opportunity to trade points if you're the Wolfpack. You can afford to do that when you lead by 5.
Yep, they've got a little bit of a cushion here, especially with the 2-game lead.
There's a beautiful kill out of the back row by Meredith Street. She says, let's go, guys. We're still in this. And they are, 17-13, but they need a run. Johnson is there as on court 2. Dyersville Beckman just wrapped up a 3-set win. So they are in the state championship game, and we'll face our winner here. Far side, Wienia. Johnson is there on the block, right at the top of the net. Bobinette wins the joust with Moss. Ellie Bobinette is giving up 3 inches to Moss there, just timed it up right and was able to win it over the net.
Yeah, but you wouldn't really be able to tell all day either, too. She's got great timing.
A set from Granstra to the near side. Big swing, just long from Westfall, but it'll be point Wolfpack as a net violation called on Bobinette. That's always a tough break. Would have had the point won, but the net violation gives it back to the Wolfpack, and instead of it being a 2-point match at 17-15, it's a 4-point match at 18-14. The set, far side, Kisley, dug out by Koima. This, bump set, it'll be over to Wienia. Johnson wants Kisley again, and it's another one of those things where it's a double hit. A player that's not typically setting, trying to set over her head, and double contact results in a violation.
And, you know, we really haven't had very many of those calls so far through these 3 sets. The officials have done a great job. We haven't mentioned them once, so that's what we like to see.
Yeah, I'll let the players figure it out. Here's a big swing from Aschenbrenner, but dug out on the backside by Granstra. Trying to drop that in. Look at Johnson diving on the floor out of the back row. Pushed over for Osage by Bobinette. It's a good effort, and it works for Granstra. That second hit just kind of pushed over the net into an open area, and nobody could do anything with it. And now it's 20-14. Osage has no timeouts remaining, and get the feeling like the fat lady might be warming up the vocal cords a little bit here in this semifinal. Far side, big swing. One player that has really come to life here, though, is Paige Kisley, and she's not going to let her team lose if she has anything to say about it. 13 kills in the match. Jaden Francis, the Osage libero, puts a good serve on it. It'll be Wienia, blocked, hit the pole. Wolfpack takes it, and again, the point trading continues. It's that little 3 or 4 point run that we've seen from Western Christian. For the most of the second and third sets, we've just been going back and forth.
Yep, and Osage has been here the whole time, not out of it at all.
How about another Kisley kill? That one hit the tape, able to be fielded. Far side, Wienia, just a little tip over, but it got all the timing messed up because she took so much off of that, and she's able to get yet another kill, this one of the softer variety, and she has 13 to tie with Kisley of Osage for the game high. That one into the net from Koima, and it gives it back to Osage. 22-16 our score. Here's Granstra, middle, Westfall, pardon, Van Tol. That is McKay Van Tol. And now 2 points away for Western Christian. And head coach, Tammy Verbeek. From another state title berth. This one close to the net, Bobinette sets it behind her. That's a big block from Van Tol. This one going cross court, that'll work from Meredith Street. Pardon, that was Sullivan, Cabry Sullivan, my mistake. That 5 and 6 look awfully similar on the back of those green jerseys.
Indeed.
Back set from Van Tol off the block. Bobinette to the far side, Johnson cross court. Right back over the net on a great dig over there by Madison Viss. Poked over by Street, kept alive, bump set, Postma off the block, in the air from Johnson. Street cross court. How about the effort from Osage? Will not quit despite the score being well in favor of the Wolfpack. They need you honestly need to try to tie it right now to give yourself a realistic chance. That's 5 more points here on this serve. Near side, Postma through the block, kept in play by Bobinette. She'll have to play it over with 2 hands. Van Tol off the tape and down. Timeout will be called by Western Christian, I believe. Yes, it will. 2 points away still, but Coach Verbeek wants to talk it over. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Mid-American Energy Championship Network.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up! Game on. They say our idea of fun is morning tea.
And afternoon tea.
And anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action.
And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
Western Christian, the top seed, defending state champions in Class 2A. They are 2 points away from going back to a state title game. They'll take on Beckman Catholic from Dyersville. But Osage says, we're not out of this yet. They put together a run, win this set, we'll play on. They're down by 4, though. Paige Kisley on the serve. Granstra, back set, McKay Van Tol, little touch, and that'll work out just fine. I think Jaden Francis, the libero, was in good position there, but Meredith Street had no idea really to know that. Came diving across to try to make a play on her own. Unable to do so, and now 5 match points here. And Allie Postma is in to serve. Puts it in play. Johnson, long run for Bobinette. Johnson will take the swing off the tape. Postma digs it out. Granstra looking for Westfall. Pushes it out. We play on for now. Still need 4 more successive points. Cabry Sullivan is back to serve for the Green Devils. Good serve. Bumped into the air. Far side, Westfall. Kisley is there. Far side, this is Johnson. You got to love the effort from Osage. It's now 24-21. As lopsided as you would think a Western Christian matchup will be, as Western Christian takes another timeout, we'll keep it here. As much as you figure that Western Christian is a gigantic favorite, Osage hasn't really ever backed down. It's been those little runs that have costed them, but they've always been trying to come back at the end of these sets.
Yeah, and the Wolfpack has had to go out and win the games also. They haven't been handed it to them. It hasn't been a blowout. It's been Osage just tagging along at the heels every once in a while. Wolfpack hasn't given them an opening to come back, but they know that they're right there, and they've remained there for all 3 sets.
They just need 1 more point. The confidence is building, blooming, bursting, whatever you want to say. This team doesn't know how to lose, basically, when it comes to the state tournament. But it hasn't stopped Osage from trying to make them lose. They still need 3 points to tie it up. Sullivan, the serve. A bump. And it'll be played over. Street. Eventually Ashenbrenner pushes it over. Here to the near side. Westfall blocked. She keeps it in play. She'll have another shot at the 10-foot line. Blocked again. Johnson. And then she'll just have to tip it over. Postma from the back row. Street. Bobinette. Johnson a full swing. Blocked, and that's the match. Well, they had done a great job of blocking all match long, and that time it finally happened. McKay Van Tol yet again with a set clinching block, as she did in the second and third sets each. Once again, business as usual for Western Christian, and they will play Beckman Catholic after a straight set sweep here against Osage for the Class 2A state championship tomorrow night, 4:45 p.m., the scheduled start time. Time to give out our Casey's player of the match. And it's hard to go away from Tori Wienia. 13 kills, that tied for a game high. She certainly, with that big left arm, has done a fantastic job of making sure that when her team needs her on the attack, she was there. Got to give honorable mentions to McKay Van Tol and Sienna Moss for their defensive abilities as well. But we're going to go with Tori Wienia, our Casey's player of the match. Fans, Casey's General Stores is proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union in today's player of the match. Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans and making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Visit Casey's.com or the Casey's mobile app for easy ordering and specials. And once again, congrats to Tori Wienia of Western Christian being named today's Casey's player of the match. Any final thoughts on this one, Joe?
Well, it was a really great effort from Osage. I don't think there's anything to hang your hat on here. Again, if you get 5 minutes more of just things going right for you, and I think this is a longer than a 3-set match. I think it could have gone 4, maybe even 5. And that, like you said, I mean, that's the best challenge we've seen for the Wolfpack in quite a while. So nothing to hang your hat out from Osage, and they had a great year.
The Class 2A title game once again will be tomorrow, 4:45 p.m. will be the time of the first serve. It will be Western Christian, the number 1 seed, taking on number 2 seed Beckman Catholic in what should be a fun matchup in Class 2A. Western Christian looking for another state title after winning it again last year. Final score, Western Christian 3-0 win over the 4 seed Osage. For our color analyst, Joe Danielson. Our producer, Anna Bassett. Clayton Sampson, he's our cameraman. My name's Emery Songer. I'm signing off from U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids. Thanks for watching our live coverage of the 2019 Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.